We are not live. Welcome to the Sau'Ai podcast. I'm Sau'Ai with my two people that I work with here.
Why are you having campers?
I'm being attacked by my co-workers, verbally and mentally. Chalo falava. How about this song? Ding, ding,
Morning.
ding, 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 ding.
About the
Ding.
dragon mother? When the
Mm.
queen has to go up naked and they shave her head and they're like, shoot!
Well,
Oh,
hey, that's a Game of Thrones, by the way. That's copyrighted.
Yeah, copyrighted. We did not own the
We
rights.
don't own the rights to shame.
Oh my god.
Shame, shame,
that was the
shame.
red keep. Shame.
Oh, Lordy, what should we do? The pain's about. What am I to do? We'll keep going. Just keep going to the
We
line,
don't own the rights to that either.
to the line. Ding, 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 ding. This cafeteria is loud. Down, down,
What's a
down.
pot roast sandwich?
Brought to you by
Pot roast sandwich?
Pot Roast Sandwich.
And today's special is tuna casserole.
Today's special is tuna casserole.
Come on,
Tuna.
now. That's his house.
It's free.
Come on now. What a flag day, flag day.
Wow.
What a flag day, flag day.
Can I just say wow?
125, 125. Flag day.
It's a buck and a quarter.
When they put up,
Buck and
up,
buck
up.
and a quarter.
Oh, glory. In American Samoa. In Samoa. 125. 125.
Say thank you to the moms, the dads, the
Thank you to all the mamas and the daughters and the grandpas and the grandmas and all the people
Grandma, grandpa.
that have gone, that helped us this way. Come this long. 125 years.
I wonder if there's somebody still alive right now.
I doubt it.
Old as no.
I see white people.
If the that's my white wife saying, I see white people as the tourists come up the buses. Tourism, since we have that, let's talk about tourism, where this government is negotiating a deal, seems to be with tourist operators and tourist agents and what tourist governing bodies. How is that? Well, I don't know. Remember the last tourism thing in Los Angeles that people went to? Who was there? Ask about that. Why are they pushing these tourist cruise boats? Why, Mr. Governor?
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
No one can take all the money they want or they have with them when they die. That's just a fact. You don't take your money when you die. So you are someone that's obsessed with making money or trying to make money or just that one last score. That one last
Chase
score.
that dragon. Chase that dragon.
Chasing that dragon. You just,
Shame.
so, you have to
Have you ever noticed
slow down.
that people that are drug addicts that need that last big score is just like a business person trying to make that last big score?
You hear that? It's just
Gotta get that itch taken
Get
care of.
that itch. There we go. People that do these things of introducing these seabed mining and tourist operators is just ridiculous. And they talk about fisheries. Okay, let's talk about fisheries. Let's find the cons in fishing. Since all you hear is pro fishing, pro fishing, pro fishing. I myself am pro fishery. But I am anti seabed mining.
Amen.
So here's the thing. The fisheries have served American Samoa for a long time, right? It has contributed to the economy and the well-being of the people here. We've got money to buy goods and services, which is what money is. It's something that you can trade for goods and services. You know? The fisheries, excuse me, let me trust my mic. The fisheries are vital to this economy. Just a little bit shared by a friend of mine who worked for StarKist from the line to the office to management, and StarKist is the main spender. $1 million a month in electricity and water. $1 million a month. If I'm correct, there'd be 900,000 cans of tuna in one container that's shipped out.
That's a lot.
You know? So, that's a lot. You know? Yeah. And see, the businesses that also get some of that StarKist money is the buses, the taxi drivers, you know, the stores. Because people that earn the money, they love it. They love it that they could buy things for their children or contribute to their church, you know, all the different things. What's the downside of fishing? Well, the downside of fishing, just think about it, is foreign vessels.
Commercial, big one off. The
China.
ones that use the big
The big ones.
Yep.
The ones that drag the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. That one's the big one that dragged these huge using nets. Because there's not really any enforcement out here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, that's true.
the thing is either beef up enforcement or get an understanding from all the other fishers. Because the purseaners are the main ones that supply StarKist. To my understanding, if you see a purseaner boat, you'll see a helicopter on top. What they do is they monitor the fish by radar equipment that's probably hooked up to satellite. And so they can tell where the schools are, the concentrations are. And they have helicopters that go and see what these schools of fish are. Some that don't, I don't know what they do. But that's kind of the basic idea. And it's well established in American Samoa. So the expansion of the fishery grounds, to my pro, is more fish stocks, right? Now, you have all the cons, whoever you are conning, who are against fisheries. There's a vital thing about breeding grounds and for mammals in the ocean, like whales and all the things that come through and through this. To my understanding, that this was like 3 times the size of Texas. So it's a pretty big ocean. But if you see Texas on the map, so you take 3 times the size of Texas, and then you put that on an area, just figure out 3 sizes of Texas in one area. See how big that is. For fisheries, it's not that bad because the ocean is a huge ocean. So I'm sure there are checks and balances in place to make sure from where this whole mass of ocean is tied into that, like how much, what are the dimensions? Had how many nautical miles this way, how many nautical miles this way, and those are all things that I would hope that would be figured out before this happens, or the expansion. With seabed mining, the technology, let me give you a little background about seabed mining. It was invented by the Greeks. In 1800, they started getting popular again. But sea mining in general, what sea mining is mining the sea. But because it goes back to the Greeks, they were mining the sea for whale, the Greeks had other things that from the ocean that they were mining. Then come to the 1400s, 1500s, I think 1800s, it was very popular of mining for whale fat, blubber, because it was stuff that they could make these things with, like oil lamps and whatnot. So that is what's with the sea mining. Now come to seabed mining. All right, newsflash. This is a new procedure. Seabed mining is brand spanking new. Meaning, there's an agency, a part of the United Nations, called the ISA, the International Sea Authority. They are the authority on sea. Right there. Is that why we wanted a seat at the United Nations? This is like a hook and a pole and hook kind of thing. But let me explain that later. So the ISA gives out the permits or the authority for any government. Like United States has to go through the ISA. And the companies, when I say United States, meaning the companies that are lobbied to get to the permits from ISA, and then they control whatever area they control, then they control the politics in that, as long as they get the permits, right? So Hawaii has been working on that, which is their fisheries. We fish for the stuff that goes into the tuna cans, the tuna packets. We're one of the major, I think, the highest grossing StarKist outlet. That's why they want to keep it here, and they don't want wages to go up anymore because that will cut into profits, which means it's about the money. Great product, but it's always been about the money, right? And sharing it with the world. Yeah, I know people that would give it to their cats. Rest in peace, Danny Heckman.
All these are like sensitive, not sensitive.
So,
Interesting topics, huh?
yeah,
Interesting time.
it's a very interesting time. You got the seabed, the fisheries, the cruise ship trying to land on Manua. What is that all about? I know this. Tell me I'm wrong. Isn't this the last frontier?
There they go.
Oh, there goes more white people. We got tourists. See, tourists. Isn't tourists here in American Samoa just... Why do we have to share everything? Why do we have to share the beauty? It's got a beach. It's got it's an island. It's got a beach. It's got coral reefs. The same coral reefs there are the same coral reefs here. The same coral reefs are in Upolu and Sau'Ai. The same coral reefs are all around the Pacific. You know why? Because we are islands. And it needs to be protected. I tell you. I used to make fun of the name Samoa and make weird characters about it. But now I understand it's not a chicken. It's the center of the earth. Moa is the center. And Sa means sacred. Samoa, sacred center. So you're going to come and try to put a tour vessel in Manua. There's about 1,000 to 2,000 people. No, is that too much? Yeah, they come off the boat to go on to land. So you want about, let's say, take 10% of that. You want 100 visitors from other lands stepping onto the kingdom and defile the kingdom by walking over and throwing their trash, all that other stuff that tourists do, besides enjoy the fauna.
Oh, and picking
For what?
flowers?
Picking the flowers. I'm going to take this back to the boat. Pick up a rock. I am going to take this as my rock collection because I work at the Smithsonian for 20 years.
Chip, chip, cheerio.
Europeans.
Is that petrified?
Ngā ole a koe whaawalea inga kākou. Ngā ua koe whaawalea inga e le pālangi Samoa. Not all pālangis are bad. The pālangi that mentored me to open my mouth and properly, rest in peace, Dean Hickman. No ko inga ngā ke mi for the last 30 years.
Rest in peace.
Sa whau ko inga fo ia o lo ko inga o ingei. So lea la, o sau, ma wala whau ko inga a o ola mai kupulanga, mai le keimi ngolo wisi ai, e le keimi koe fo ima iai. Le wau ai mai fafo, e wai kong o se mea piko siring whainka. It's hard to be on the outside looking in because you're on the outside. So I'm here, I'm in. And you know what? It's harder to look from inside because of inside is where the action is at. But like I tell people, Samoa mua le tua. So, isi ale tua nga e si kaulanga mai ko kiri o kuunga. A tua le ava. A tua le aisa. Let me get an aisa.
Watching them from your friendly people of my talk.
That's copyrighted by the Sau'Ai.
That is copyrighted by the Sau'Ai. Aisa. We need people to understand this. Put it in conversation. We need the people to be part of their everyday speech. For friends and seabed mining is a no-no. Seabed mining might sound like, oh, we're going to build you a hospital. I've heard the lies for the last 30 years. I've been out there with the last 30 years, and I've seen it over and over and over again. Open my eyes of what's happening by the examples made out there, and then seeing this.
It's a repeat. You're seeing it happen again.
It's cyclical. Yeah, like a cycle. Iwa mea mo fa cycle and I loa le inga. O leo se mea fou de mea lea. E leo se mea fou.
Hold on, the alarm, the garage alarm just went off.
So the bad thing about the seabed mining, the robots, the way they have it in their mock-up, like videos. E alu ia masingi ia, ngā rore le pe e mwhainga au lalo le ongo afe mita. Ono afe mita. That's fear. What I think it's Afeon Slow Fast Food Yatta yards, 6,000 meters. So these machines, it goes 6,000 meters. Okay? On the machine, each one is armed with 2 hoses. It will find out okay, kill them. Pa ilo rin machine lo sibed, po le alamo lalo. Fanga aulari lunga le fa mai pepa mai lunga. O fanga umumo, they hook up in the machine. But fanga lunga lua. Fanga umumo la. Fanga umumo la. When the machine is on, when the machine is going on the floor of the seabed, the first part, it picks, they say it picks, but no. It suctions not just the nodes, it sucks everything around it. Then it goes up, filtered, then the things that are not the nodes, then they shoot it out at the bottom. The meranga they release my email may lunga, or ngala le liang kidei. It's a very bad process. The videos, even though it makes it look like it's something good, like it's something that's very safe, it's not safe for the wildlife. It's not safe for the seabed floor, or the seabed, which is the sea floor. Because a lot of species have not been identified, the ocean has not been explored. Okay? There are things in the ocean. There are things in the ocean that we haven't learned about. The seabed mining is in Nauru, Cook Island, New Zealand, Australia, this whole southern part of the world. There's somebody here in American Samoa that I'm going to tell you his name. And let me tell you about this man. He does good for the community, and he's done a lot of things for the community. But don't get that wrong. Don't get me wrong about that. This man has, like any other person, what word should be saying? He has been in many ventures, been involved in a lot of things. But this thing right here, seabed mining, this is something he understands the capacity of it to make money. In his mind, it's not just to make money for American Samoa, but personal. This is the last score. You know, he's gotten very old and he's been involved in community things that really haven't even paid him well. He feels like he needs to be paid. He needs to be paid. Whether you know this man or not, I will reveal his name eventually. But he goes around doing these things. I see you, man. I see you at A&E restaurant. I see you when you look at me, you want to come talk to me. But you can't. Because why? Because you don't like what comes out of my mouth. I'm not your regular Samoan. I'm free to talk my piece, say my piece. I'm free to do that. So, seabed mining, I know, came across him somehow because he's up on world news. We saw this thing. Because I saw it too, and I learned he did. But it's like you got to see the person for what he's bringing. I know you on the board of this American Samoa Economic Development Corporation, or whatever it is. You know, ASEDC, is that it is? ASEDC? Or DEC? Yeah, EDC, I believe.
Yeah, man, there's a no.
Seabed mining is not something that I don't believe that any of you at the on the board of ASEDC has even talked about with local people. Have even talked about what the impacts are, the environmental impacts. Not to mention economical, because you know the jobs that they will be bringing, as the plan says. This is not. This is a fantasy. It hasn't been tested before, but this is the corporate playbook on what they put on building a business plan. These are things that are projected. They are projections. None of this data is real. None of this data has been tested with this industry with that tenacity. None of it. Because if it needs to be duplicated, just people take parts from this one to make this one, and not even going to the full further talk about why this one was brought up in the first place. Is it really to better American Samoa's economy? There's only 44,000 people here. How can you expect millitons of rock to be processed in our waters and not profit these 44,000 people? It's going to be the same thing. Same thing. Corporate profits. Record corporate profits. There's metal companies. Well, let me tell you, record corporate companies that just every time they break, now they want to go into a new industry that they see the long run to it. Because once they start, they will never stop until it's done.
Look at Africa.
These rocks may take about, well, they said millions of years, but I think hundreds of thousands of years, because it has to form into this potato-sized thing called nodes, N-O-D-E-S. So when these things, all these metals, they say these are chemicals, metals that came out of the earth. Same metals they try to dig on land, which they found on land. So some go, oh, well, that's what we can see in the earth. There's minerals in there. See, of course they're there. It belongs to the earth. If you're powering your cell phones, car batteries, the sun is right there. Oh, what if the sun goes out? The wind is right there. Solar powered, wind powered.
Sea power?
And these technologies, people inventing these generator machines that doesn't need oil, that can power by themselves through the power of motion and friction. Man, seabed mining is brand new. The Greeks have started it out, and then in the 1800s and coming onto the whaling part, that's a mining way we were talking about. They were talking about whaling. It's not whaling, it's sea mining, because it was known as sea mining before it became whaling. And then sometimes they would explode like barrels, like big old barrels with fuel in it, and they would explode it in the water. I believe in Samoa we call that whangaia. Profits. Not profit like profit, profits. Profits. Profits with an F. You know, we open this can of worms, it's over. It's over. Game over. These people are not like us.
They're not like us.
They're not like us.
For real. For real. It's like
These people are not like us.
No, they are.
Yes.
No, you're right. They are not like us. This is not the fight for their homeland. This is not the fight for their children's land. This is not the fight for them, for their grandchildren's land. And that is what we are fighting for.
What we are fighting for, as told me to by my producer, what we are fighting for our land, our children's land, our grandchildren's land, the land of my great-grandchildren, children, mothers, sisters, brothers, children. This is our land. These people that come and want to profiteer from this land, this is not their land.
They're going to rape our land.
They're going to rape and pillage our land. And they're going to give a smile and say, we build you something.
We give you jobs.
The amount of potential money they're going to make with this is in the billions and trillions, because this is the vast Pacific Sea. People in Nauru are messaging me. I've contacted people in the Cooks and a group in New Zealand. So I'm waiting to hear from Australia. But if Hawaii, if you're listening and you know the right people, tell them about it. Tell them about this fight. I got the American Samoa ASRO office with Sabrina Mahuka. And yes, I did question what is their office. But now I see the light. I see the light! ASRO,
The light is not white bread.
ASRO will work together one way or another. Because this is the fight. All will be wiped out as a race. We will.
Yes.
This is colonization 2.0.
Wake up, guys.
You're going to rape you for
And
the
this time,
resources.
they're going to have some of our own people working for them.
You're going to let us die without resources.
They're going to rip it all and then sell it to us in a can. And then what? We'll all eat canned food all the time? They've already canned pausami. All you Matais out there, and you have the power in the villages. Yele malo si anga. Karangoa makai puringu. Karangoa makai puringu. Karangoa makai inga ringu. Because o ko umai surrounding, saua mai oi poloa, whanga malo, saua da ia kau I Waikongi, aru through Leonge, aru waku whapea, all the way around, basically. Mere ka kingo foi. You connect the ocean and the land. You connect with the people. If the ocean is dead,
What do we have?
then the land and the people are dead.
I mean, look at what they're doing already on land. Oh, the land is because of mining.
Yep. Because of mining. Now they've done their mining and there are other ways now they've seen, but it keeps pointing out to new renewable energies like, the sun and the wind. And just a lot of water. Hydro plant. So you have that. Without the sea, we are done. It might take a generation, or it might even take a generation or two, but it won't be that hard because everybody's going to start flying off the island. Then you have those that just ready to die who will stay here.
It'll be Saipan all over.
It'll be Saipan all over again.
Man, might as well nuke our
Saipan. See what happens? The Department of the Army, they did testing their nuclear bombs. Where did they test it? In the Pacific.
And then they buried
Where they buried it? In the Pacific.
It's because the white colonists don't give a damn about brown people. They don't care about your socioeconomic status. They want what they want, and they're going to hurt whoever it takes to get what they want.
Exactly. I hope you could have heard that.
If they're allowed to do this, there will be nothing left. We're going to be the desert wasteland with an ocean.
You guys hear it here.
This would have desert wasteland.
This is a mountain to die on.
How can Sau'Ai speak?
This is a mountain to die on. That's a pretty good one.
I did that for my daughter, and for her kids,
Oh.
and for their kids.
Yeah.
Dean will be proud of you guys.
Le pu fasa mo. Ele ku manga foi seisia. Ele ku manga se kanga ko kasi. Ele ku fa manga. Ele ku fa manga besisi. So nobody can stand as a mountain. Pero lo kala leu fa kunye. Le manga dia. E mo kwa wortha ngamali wa yainga. Yep. You need to fight for this mountain. You need to fight for your island. Oko we fafo, all the way from Alaska to Florida, and everybody in between, everybody outside in the natural in all of the world, or in Switzerland, Oko France, Oko Africa, Oko Jamaica, Oko mga yokala. India, like India, not India, America. Y'all should be getting on this. Share this video, please. Share while we're live. Just at least they can see that you put it out there.
Contact us if you have questions.
Just put the question. Just put a question on live on the comments, and I have these two workers are going to be working for you. They're not really working. They just
We're little ninjas.
my little
We're
ninja.
the other voices of Sau'Ai. We're the
all-
alter egos of Sau'Ai. The different
Yeah.
voices of Sau'Ai.
Sa
Here,
they
this is my
kakada.
help.
Thomas Sau'Ai said, "Yeah, you got that right. The cycles of life." The cycles of life that are happening, it'll all be destroyed. There's no way of getting about it. These people are not like us. These people have come to rape and pillage.
The almighty dollar. They want that.
It's all about the
Almighty dollar.
money.
Don't fall for the money, guys.
Pawangan mea, o le kupea,
No amount of money is
o le
worth
kupea, a oki ngai la, when the fishery is the one that we are dealing with, and they're good. You know, they make their money, we make our money, and it's responsible. Fishing, getting the particular fish, and there's a lot of fishermen here. Sport fishing, shout out to the sport fisher, that also use the same waters. So they know what's out there.
And it's not like it's clean. There's a thing called a dark cloud that it leaves, like with all the toxins and stuff.
It's like introducing a virus to
This is right.
Yeah, you're right.
This is like introducing a virus to your oceans. And the virus, the bug, is the greedy people. No?
That's
The
why
bug
it's
is the
hard for
greedy
a
people.
rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven,
At this point-
and a camel to go through the eye of a needle.
The reason why I say colonization or colonistic 2.0, because it's not about being white, black, brown, yellow, purple, and yellow. It's about greed. It's about greed. But are we going to overlook our homeland for that money? If you know somebody who's that greedy, just smack them on the back of the head. Pow! 'Cause what's that for? That is from Sau'Ai. So,
our oceans, guys.
so let's take a minute break here. This minute break, or 30 seconds, is brought to you by Poi Fala, American Samoa's original. You want some Poi Fala? I got the Poi Fala. I am the Poi Fala man.
And my people,
Oh, and white people?
yay. You almost said something else. Hey, West Side Cab.
Oh,
West Side Cab.
thank you, Auntie. What's right?
You'd ride to it from the west side, especially from the west side.
Yeah.
Dial up West Side Cab. They are on Facebook.
And don't forget our lovely Margie at Viola's Kitchen.
Margie, get well.
Yes.
Viola's Kitchen.
Love you.
We need you back. I mean, we like Vilas, but man, get tired of the same food. Glad they expanded their menu. Here's a free one for your favorite.
I love
Besides
you so
Margie?
much, but I didn't win your 12 dozen tacos, so I'm heartbroken. But still, birria tacos. don't
Vilas
check
got them birria tacos. See? Our people are progressing little by little. Now we get Mexican flavors, and this we have a whole lot of Vietnamese flavor and Thai, whatever.
Can we get someone to open up a Greek restaurant, please?
A Greek restaurant. That's crazy. All right, so let's talk about Flag Day. We'll circle back to this one.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, Dios mío.
125-year-old American Samoa.
Oh, yeah, man, it was dope.
Everybody see the speech?
The Trump thing was the highlight. I think that was the best thing out of the
So what?
flag day for me.
It's-
The Trump and the protest race were the best.
Oh man, no. The Fantasy race and the Trump.
That's number one.
Fantasy was
Trump,
the
man.
highlight.
Hey, fuck Trump, man.
Oh,
I'm kidding. So I'm joking, guys.
Trump
Trump the
is
man. I love
also
Trump.
a highlight.
But
But I'm sorry, sir.
He's like a baby carrot.
Malo Archie. That was a slick move, Archie.
Woo-hoo.
I would have done just the same.
Oh man,
Power to
Yeah,
you,
baby.
brother man.
Styles is on.
No, we don't ula ya Trump. Wala sing mukha ya Trump.
Morning.
What is Styles?
So,
Give us some croissants.
Tuala's in the house. Tuala.
To what?
Vaido was in the house.
Sorry, I guess that's not gonna work.
San Francisco in the house. Seattle in the house. Utah in the house. Allah in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, the boats will tossy in.
Go mua, come on.
Guad, dude.
Real quick, back to seabed mining. 1 second.
Oh.
Just 1 second, you guys. Seabed mining. Just say no. Let your governor know. Speak it loud. Speak it proud. Tell him to his face.
Come here.
You tell your governor.
Let's come here. Wait. Not too loud because
I feel this. This way. It's close to my heart.
here's a message from
Say it loud. Say it proud. Say it right to the governor's face. This is not for us. This is not what we want. Do not do this. You will kill all of our lands. You will kill our children. You will kill our great-grandchildren. You do not have our permission to do this. Governor, listen to your people. You better.
Damn. Tell the governor say no. Just say no.
Seabed mining.
No, see, but you want to make money for the government? Legalize marijuana.
If you think about
You said you supported, Governor. Let's see it.
I'm sorry, guys.
We don't need no statement.
On some real shit.
We need a statement.
on a renewable source of money for American salmon,
You hear that? With seabed mining, it's a non-renewable resource. That means once it's done, it's gone. That's it. No more. Where they going to wait another million years for it to pop out of the earth? This is stuff from when the formation of the islands. I had a dream. I'm thinking, where do these things come from? Where there's ocean vents that blow out from the bottom of the ocean, and then there's these are volcanic islands. A volcano had to go off. So there's not only these metals, but there's probably diamonds on there too. And they don't care. They tell you anything but lithium ion. There's lithium ion plenty out there in the ocean. There's a process. It goes from
a node.
Exploration. Neka wala go may explore. Whatever go explore. It always have been. By these boats that come in, the university study books, they pick stuff from the floor, but they be, oh, what's this? Oh, this is a new species. It's a node. University of Hawaii has a node that they picked off the floors. Imagine that. Imagine where they get the idea of a node because these boats picked it up. Si kakarainga. Kakainga sodi. Mere liga okele o. Yang wang o ya. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. May mopewa pe cha-ching pa sa mea eleo that you can renew that resource. Like marijuana.
Yeah.
You grow marijuana, you harvest it, you make ropes, you make medicine, you make this one. Some people, they needed to get high because of pain. Some people just want to get well. But it's a renewable resource that puts money in the government, that puts money into local people. We do this marijuana venture and it goes good. For those of who they live here, they get a stipend at the end, just like people in Alaska. Because the oil is pumping out of Alaska, that's why these people get checks at the end of the year or end of the fiscal year.
And not only that, we can improve the way our people get medical help.
With that,
medical evac,
medical
better
marijuana.
doctors, more doctors,
More
better
doctors.
clinics, more clinics.
With some serious money.
Marijuana is such a, and we can export. Export.
A lot of these potheads are gonna come here and be.
It is not just about not just about getting high up here. No, there's science in this involved in this. Did I say in this involved? There's science involved in this.
Hey, just remember, remember the kava drinks that we would buy that you could buy in LA. You could still buy them.
Cancer of all sorts, body aches. I personally know a girl. She's probably like 16, 17 right now. That is
Don't say the name.
a daughter of a friend of mine, and she has seizures. She has seizures. Since she was a
that's
baby.
scary.
Once they put her on marijuana, the tincture is a blend that's all scientifically formulated. No additives, just how this drug reacts. So when you get that, able to help people. It's not about getting high. That's what people used to do back then. But then they got high and like, oh man, my headache just cleared. Like, it must be medicine. And then they look at it like, oh, it's good for this. Chop, 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 add some mortar, slap it on the skin.
Hey, it stops diarrhea.
It stops diarrhea, nausea. People that get burned by chemotherapy, they can't eat anything, but they take some marijuana, they eat a good meal. And I believe this drug because I was able to put down the other drugs because of this drug. When I came off my heart attack and starting from when I got my surgery in 2006, and then they gave me a bunch of medication. At the height of it, it was like 7 at that time. And then my heart failed and, just recently, about 3 years ago. And they gave me 17 medication. No, I already was taking 3 or 4, and then the rest was from that new operation. And it made me lose my balance. It made me lose my breath. Then I get a breather machine. Then it made me lose about to lose my mind. Then they gave me more drugs. So when marijuana came into the picture, I start putting the drugs away. Like, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't care how powerful they say. I'm going to trust my instincts. And I'm going to trust in God that I will make the right decisions. If not, I'll find out. And I found out. 2 heart medication. I stopped taking about maybe a year and a half ago. Instead of taking it twice a day, I took it once a day. I weaned myself off of it. The problem that I've gotten is I still go to the bottle thinking I'm still taking it. But when I started with it, marijuana did its job. You know? Legalize marijuana. Y'all know, everywhere it goes, legalizing marijuana, the government profits.
The only reason, be honest with us, the only reason marijuana is not legal and is because the pharmacy company, no, it's more convoluted than that, you would think, it's just church. No, it's because the pharmacy companies can't make money. It's from God. If you think about it, it's from the earth. It can't.
Okay, here's a side conversation. The only reason why marijuana is illegal is because of the push by the pharmacy companies.
Yes.
Because they can't synthesize, well, they can't patent anything they can't synthesize.
They have synthesized marijuana, but there's a really bad. A lot of people have a lot of bad reactions.
Yeah,
Remember?
let me take that back. They synthesized marijuana, but the science wasn't there, so they have a bad reaction from the people. But the marijuana now, the people who are marijuana advocates, who are scientists, have made their life's work to find the different compounds and put them all together, compounds of marijuana, different types. So that's that. Legalize marijuana. Don't worry about destroying the ocean, Mr. Governor.
I was brought up another one, say, mass producing grapefruit, taro, coconut, bananas, and sasalapa.
Yep, mass produce everything else. Coconut, sasalapa, all for regular living. Taro, yep.
Some of you guys are too young to. I remember about 20 years ago, I was working in Cali. I was working in Long Beach, and my Filipino friends were running to me, begging me to get a noni, a connection here.
For a noni bottle?
$75 for a bottle of noni, and it was only like 10% noni.
All our things
And they
here,
were giving it to their
the people coming and seeing and visiting, and see, it's legal in Washington. It's a beautiful thing. Marijuana is legal in Washington.
Yay! I'm ready for you Washingtonites.
That's why no matter, that's why I said this before. No matter how shit Washington seems to be turning, it's what we see in the news. But I know if this thing is legal and Samoans are there, we'll handle it.
Yeah, man.
Samoans out there in the States, the neighborhoods and the cities and the towns that you are moving into, bless your heart, no, in the true sense. Because your traditions is helping, you use that body to protect things and these Palangi people love the most. Because all they love is things. And just protect those things for them and get paid. And while you're at it, make a good way for yourself. Yes.
Get your grandma and grandpa to use it so their arthritis doesn't hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Gout.
Get your grandpa and grandpa that some of that marijuana. Don't ask me because it doesn't grow on me.
Well, when we were in California, it was legal. We could just order it on.
You were in California, it was legal. It's like the guy comes and delivers it.
Yep. And they have teas.
Yeah. Pharmaceutical company, that's right, Thomas Sau'Ai, that's blocking legalization of cannabis. Well, we're not a profit state. There's still pharmacy here. But maybe that's pretty true here too. Because over here, they push the drugs to the pharmacy. Pharmacy is always crowded because people are thinking, okay, I'm going to have faith in what this. Ask them this question. Has anything of yours cured since you've been taking these pills?
Or do you take more pills?
Or you have to take another pill and another pill? Yeah, you'll probably know the answer. But that's the way it is for now. Unless we fight for it. See, everything about fighting for your island, fighting for your home, fighting for your produce, fighting for marijuana, It's the same thing.
The cycle, like you said.
Fighting, yeah, it's a cycle. So let's put all this together. Just don't have one concern. We put all concerns together and see how they mesh. You mesh it together and see how it turns into a thing, our way of life. We're bringing our way of life together, which is not bringing just cultural practices like, Flag Day. Everybody's like, Talafa. Man, that's for tourists.
A new understanding.
Yeah, a new understanding. Bring this new age of understanding into Samoa. Since we're here in American Samoa, let's focus on our fale.
Our foundation.
Let's focus on our fale, our house. And then from there, if the people in Samoa see it, in Upolu, Sau'Ai, then they'll pick up on it. Or they've got something else going there too. So you have to get that consciousness.
If the heart is not right,
By the way,
then no other part of
It's
the
okay.
body will be right.
it's okay. So, yeah. Brought to you by a blue bottle of water.
No. I can't find any on islands.
Oh.
Yup.
They need to recycle their bottles. They need to do that. Those are some nice bottles. Oh, they need to put a recycling program. I mean,
It'll just burn it down. So, seabed mining, homeland here in Samoa. And now these tour ships, there's a memo. If you go on my site and scroll down, you'll see a posting I did with document from, thank you, Will Smith, with Will Thompson, the MC. Who doesn't know MC here? But if you don't know MC, get to know MC. Will Thompson. The memo or the press release. This is, all that writing on it, it's Will Thompson. Will is a teacher. And reading this, it's just, I look at the memo, and then I try to block out the red pen. And then I go, okay. So then I looked at it with the red pen and the corrections all over and pointing to this. It makes absolutely 100%, dude. And, yep, somebody is trying to profit from this. And these are meetings that's been gone behind closed doors, that there was no public inquiry, or the ku'uinga put in tour boats. There's a schedule. It's December 2025. So they say it has to go through this process, but they have a schedule. They have a schedule. So what's that all about? I kind of know who's behind this, but I think I'm going to reserve that until they out themselves. It's different from the guy with seabed mining. But you made the connection. You fill in the blanks. He's probably the chairman of the American Samoa Economic Development Council. Yeah, his first name starts with a I. And last name starts with a U.
no.
I thought his was I, me, I.
I, me, I. Yeah, man, that guy. Good person, I'm sure, but these ideas are just farting out the nose. You know? It's not viable. He don't care. He's halfway foot the grave. He's 1 foot in the grave. He don't care. Because this is his legacy. This is what narcissistic people that go through, like his legacy. Yeah, it's healthy until the point where you did your whole life and you failed and you feel this is your last shot. Come on, man. Guam has marijuana legal. Guam.
Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. Is what's
Let's see.
People in Puerto Rico,
All the territories are legal except for American Samoa. Well, not all. Virgin Islands is also a territory, yeah. You got
purposes,
Oh, shit, yeah, for
Guam
medical
is
purpose.
the only one that's legalized for both.
Oh, okay. For medical purposes in the other territories.
Yeah.
Hey, you want a solution to not doing this underground mining? How about ecotourism? We have all these beautiful mountains. They come down.
Yeah, there is.
Guess what?
That's the only.
Mountains.
That ecotourism is alive here in American Samoa.
Yes.
And it's just a lot of Palangi people go, this is our last park on the, people, it's good.
But it's also part of America. So
But come as ecotourism, not on a boat. That's too many people at one time. There should be a limit of people that go to, especially Ofu or Lusenga and Ta'u. That those are the Manua group. It should be different.
To a tourist.
Yeah, you can't allow that many people to get off a boat and then go trample the ground, throw their trash, breathe the air, pick a flower, take a rock, take a shell.
steps on our animals.
You want to take a shell? Come back to your boat. I'm sure they'll give you some shells made in Taiwan.
China.
It's a different mindset. These people are not like us because they come and just enjoy and leave. I'm talking about the tourists. The seabed mining people, they just come and rape and pillage. Did I say rape? Yes, rape of the seabed. No good. No good. So you out there that you are, I know you're watching because been trying to get my attention for a couple months now. Yeah, don't think I don't know.
Yeah.
I got eyes behind my ears,
Your wife.
But when I'm at somewhere like a restaurant, just wait until I'm finished eating. Yeah, I'm not keen to talking to people, but only people that I know that have concerns. Raping the seabed. If it affects you in a strong way, I'm glad it does, because that's what it is. People heard it say before, you're raping Mother Earth. This ain't bullshit. That's just on land. But this is the ocean.
It's our last frontier.
This is the last frontier. This is the last frontier. And I don't think if this is, look at the Europeans and these companies. All they want is a good return on their money. Don't care how to get it. It's all about the money. Oligarchs. Trust me, all the money. These terms, oligarchs, right? Oligarchs. So the oligarch thinking is, screw you, I'm taking this. And if you got if you have a problem with it, I'll send my arms.
After peasants, everything is about money.
Yep.
You can be disposed of.
They would come and pluck. Oh, you don't need these, right? I'll just take it from you. What kind of person does that? That's exactly what these colonizers did. So when I say colonizers 2.0, yeah, this is it.
When you say these people, you mean the
They don't
bad
care.
people.
You know,
When you say these people, you mean the bad people.
bad people.
Yeah, these snakes.
Yeah. So I've seen the board, the list of the people on the board for the American Samoa Economic Development Council. I'm not going to out up your names. I'm going to have the people research your names. That would be better and more dignified process. Because who am I to call you out? I'm just a man that has a big mouth. I am a sinner and I'm a winner.
Mostly sinner. And I'm right there with you, baby.
So you'll find out who these people are. Talk to them. They're someone just like us. But you've got this man that convinced them this is something good for American Samoa. This is not good for American Samoa. Seabed mining is the end of the end all. You take the oceans, the fish are disrupted and die. That's what they're saying about fisheries. But look, Stark is in 50th year? And the ocean is still providing because it's a renewable resource. Seabed mining is getting the nodules that are a non-renewable resource. That's the biggest difference. But who cares? It's about money, right? No, this is about our homeland. You know anybody in NFL? Tell them, stand for something or don't stand for anything.
Create a charity or something to, right?
Send us the money.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how to use it. You want to do a tax thing with the amount of money that you have to pay taxes? Give it to us. We've got organizations all lined up here that are just to fight our causes for our island. Seabed mining, tourism, you name it. But it's for our people. Our people. Tangata tato nu'u. Tangata nu'u.
Yeah. Connect, yeah.
That connection right there. But other than that, then shut your mouth. You know? You up there on the stage, on the world stage, waving the flag of American Samoa and Samoa, and yet, come on down. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. We don't have to do a children's program. No, this is for boots on the ground. People that will go out and protest. People that will go out and protest. Governor's office, everywhere. It costs money to feed them. It costs money to give them a little stipend for gas. That's all they want, to please if we can cover it. These people, they don't care if it cover, but it would help. But they're there because they know it's our homeland. For all of you that are out there looking for a better life, they're saving this for you. And the last thing you want to do is not pay attention to what's going on right now. Right now.
Educate people, go out and what you call it, outreach.
That's what the boots on the ground. The boots on the ground will be people. There's, we talk about outreach and there's outreach, this and stuff. It's not what you think. Outreach is not, we're going to sit them down in the room. It goes, this is, no. There's an outreach. We take them into the ocean. We take them to the ocean, take them fishing. Then at the end, then tell them, what you have done is learning to be self-sustained. What you're doing is finding out what the ocean provides. It provides food. You could be in these islands, no boats coming, butt naked, old clothes. Did I say butt naked? That's a sight. Old clothes, no canned foods. Where are you going to eat? Are you going to turn around and eat each other?
Sashimi.
The ocean is right there. It's right there. That's where the food is at. Right there, that's where the food is at. Mga misime ay nga iyay. You need some starch for that? There's a ulu, hasn't seasoned. There's fa'i. I got 3 banana trees in the front. There's coconut. There's taro. There's kamu. There's cassava. Cassava grows wild. Cassava.
Oh my God, cassava shakes are so good. Just
Fa'umurora yasing plant. Yeah, everybody's good. These unrenewable resources are what's killing the planet. Better yet, now it's coming to our turn, is right at our doorstep, right there. Now it's coming to gunning for us. Yep. That's right, Steels. It takes one corporation. You let one in, and they all come. Yeah. Because there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles of ocean to be explored. This is the exploration. This is the final frontier. First, they came, put a flag on our lands, saying, we own you now. Then they came and tested their bombs here. We own you now. I'm not talking about the United States. France did it too.
Oh, so you're talking about the
nuclear testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's deep.
They go from where they are to test it to where they're not. Because so what? Fuck it. We'll just move on. Go back to our homeland. This is not their home. It's our home. And we need to protect it. We need to guarantee it for the next generation. Or else, or else.
Be a good human. Say no.
It's back to the reset. No more ocean. Ocean's all toxic and stuff.
Plastic is pollution already.
And by that time, the space travel will be available, and all these rich people will be going to space.
Why not put all that money, spending seabed money thing to go clean up the
Seabed money.
the Pacific?
Nobody see, but that's the difference. All the money that they could rape the seafloor with getting these minerals, they won't spend it on picking up their trash.
Yeah.
Picking up their trash.
It's a whole island of trash.
There's a company in Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken, that already started these things that float, and it floats. It started with like the harbor area, and it just floats around, and it's got a thing that propels trash into the bag, and they just drag onto a barge, right?
Just come collected.
And it's just collected, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, the technologies for picking up trash is good here.
Yeah.
But these people, this money that's coming in with the seabed mining, they don't want that. They don't want that stuff. They want what's going to pump up the dollars, regardless. If trash was worth anything to these people in the money that they're looking for, they'd probably do it. But it's not. It's not. I want to talk about a lighter something. I know. Yeah, Flag Day, Fautasi. Oh, we've been here an hour.
Yeah.
So seabed mining, Medicare or Medicaid. Yeah, Medicaid. You guys are so messed up. I just want to touch on it in a couple of minutes. There's a past episode about Medicaid. You'll see it, and we'll be covering it on our next podcast. Because I had that to cover today too, but we ran out of time. But let's see how far we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we've gotten pretty good. Medicaid, from Governor Lolo's time, I don't know about past governor of American Samoa, from 2012, was it 2012? Yeah, to 2012 to 20,
This year?
2012 to 2020. 2012 to 2020, Governor Lolo Matalasi Bolinga was the governor of American Samoa. And Medicaid was, he had brought in Sandra King Young to run the Medicaid. Okay? So the operating budget for Medicaid was $2 million. They haven't made matching funds for a while, I think, or not at all, not even. It wasn't to the point where any matching funds would be a significant change. No, I think they had matching funds, but not sure.
They have to, because if not, the money wouldn't have been raised,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
So yeah, there were matching funds, but it was not what they expected. So she worked with that. Sandra King Young, to her credit, has operated office for 11 and a half, 12 years. And let me tell you, with what she had to work with, she was a doer. She was the one that made final decisions. She was the one with the head of knowing the systems and how they work. But she was also a thinker outside of the box. She was able to get it done and get it done well. This new Medicaid director, it's 3-something months in, and people are dying because they can't get off fast enough. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Luisa Coya. I know you're my cousin, so is everybody. Everybody's my cousin. This is not a family dispute. This is about your performance.
or lack of.
This is not a business. This is the government. This is for the people. You are there to serve the people. Serve the people. Not be self-serving and petty when someone calls you on it. Hala. Not trying to ruin your today or hurt your feelings. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. If the job is too tough, step down. If the job is not what you thought it was, resign. We can't take any of this stuff any longer. It's going to take you at least 4 years to learn this system. Because from what I've heard from people that worked with you before, that you are unadvisable. You know what's wrong when people are unadvisable? Is in their mind they think they're right all the time. People who are unadvisable think they are right all the time. Take it from me, Luisa. I have been that person that you are now. Unadvisable. And petty. Someone calls you on an action, you go to the governor's office. Oh, governor, they did this and this and this. The hell do you think? A Wizard of Oz? Get a backbone. Medicaid is about the people. It's about the people. The hay with them processes. When it comes down to it, you got to make a decision. But the problem is, some of the time, or I say most of the time, you are out of this territory. You are out to your trips, Medicaid related or not, but you are not here to make a final decision. Then you give it to a deputy who's got their own things that they need to do with family-wise that they are. So who's next? Who's the next that could make a decision if both you and the deputy are not present? That wasn't in your processes, was it? Luisa Cuella, you might be a good administrator or think you are a good administrator, but you, ma'am, you are not a Sandra King Young. I don't toot people's horns, but Sandra King should be thanked for the job she has done publicly. Well, let me take this opportunity. Mrs. Sandra King Young, we appreciate the work that you did for the government, for bringing up Medicaid and putting it out together from the ruins it was. Governor Lolo trusted you. Thank you, Governor Lolo, for trusting Sandra King to head the Medicaid here in American Samoa. I'm sure she would have a better career or a more financially set career if she didn't. But see, this is the thing. Lolo wanted the best for his people, so he got the best of the people then. And being Sandra King, her people were more important than any money. She could be making $1 million a year being an attorney, but she loved her people. And for those of you that don't like Sandra King, eat it up. Sandra King deserves your respect, because all that she has done. Luisa Cuella, get a clue. There are people in your office that Sandra King has trained very, very thoroughly to handle these situations. They know what to do, but because you are the director, you have to say, do this, or what should I do? What should I do in this situation? Okay, your processes are just off the wall. We understand that. We've lived for that for the last 12 years. We understand that. Those are the processes that Sandra King Young came up with. Don't you get it? So pick up that phone and call Sandra King and say, I would like to make nice. I'm just kidding, because you'll never do it. Unless prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Shut my mouth. Tell me where to go. As long as you can get through this debacle, this quagmire of a performance. You know what I'm saying?
That's some big words.
You're making me sound white now.
My boy said debacle, quagmire. What was the last one he said?
There's nothing to be sounding white because I guess that's the only language that you can hear me on.
White.
How's your Samoan, Luisa?
So, debacle. So.
Awole man manuleia. Ang relu penga. Awole man mongkelelea. So far, they no favor. So, Sandra King, I hope you're enjoying your time off. But that would be, this one's for you. Because if it wasn't for you, the system wouldn't be where it is right now. Both I'm just saying, it's night and day. Luisa, all kidding aside, I was just giving you a hard time. But, lady.
Get your husband out of your office. He was not.
Sometimes you got to be told things. I don't know whether this is a religious thing, that you think you have the righteousness, that to go with what you think it's right. You were never poor like the people of American Samoa that you claim that you're related to. You were never in hard times of trying to care for your daughter or son that's in the emergency room after got a brain injury or a stabbing. Glad you acted on that. You've never done that. It never happened to you. You never grew up here, so you don't know the people that you claim you know. You're not of this people. Great for your parents you're born or raised out there, whatever. Kudos for you. Go out there. Go to the system that you know and fight through it. The system that you think you're fighting with through here, you're a foreigner to it. Say, Sau'Ai, man, my dad and all these people used to tell me, now go mai foi le ka kasui mea. Which I thought, oh man, this is offensive. But it's not, it's right. You people are coming here trying to change things. Change takes time. It takes adaptation. It takes patience. You cannot just shove a new system into people's throat and expect them to eat it. There's much more qualified people in your office that could do the job better, 1,500 times better than you can. But because you've made it a point to instill yourself as a director of the place that you did the transition team on. So was the transition team for you just to transition on in? I don't care who your friends are at the governor's office, keep messaging me. Yeah, it's about, I'm almost going to say your names.
Yeah.
But it's almost to the point where you guys are having a concerted effort trying to be this social clique that's trying to make social change when you have no idea how to change that to the social change that is needed for here. And who made you the authority who made you and your clique an authority to get all these people together and to do all this social change? Change only happens when you have done it, when you have seen change. What you guys are proposing to this change, it's all on paper. Yeah, all on paper. And that's what it'll stay. Yeah. And you cut Lorena. Y'all know that name out there, Lorena. Thank you, Dandia. Dandia Luan Bilamangas says, You cut out Lorraine. I almost forget that. Lorena.
You know, Reina is queen.
Yeah.
That's something she will never be.
Lorena in Spanish is Spanish, right? Lorena in Spanish is queen. Maybe you didn't like that queen thing. And so,
Yeah, I said Miss Lou was so condescending with her. Because Lorena said,
yeah.
thank you.
Too much righteousness. What is it with this thing? Okay, this is not coming from me. This is coming from the people. This is coming from community people. That they see what's going. Is this a Mormon thing that's going on? I mean, I know some of the good people that I know are Mormons, which is good. But I don't see this kind of attitude in the other religious groups.
I work for a bishop. Never did they have this attitude.
I used to know a Bishop Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. Is he still alive?
Last I knew, after he retired, he was in China. I lost track of him.
Bishop Wright was a judge in California, and my wife had the privilege of working for him. He never displayed this kind of attitude. But when things happen in this election, we start thinking, people start murmuring, this is a Mormon thing. I'm like, that's not true. This is a Mormon thing. I said, I don't see it. This is a Mormon thing. Poof. Wow. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
I don't want to believe that. But
I don't want to believe that because Mormon people are good people too. We are all people. We are all fallible. So if this is a breakdown of that fallibility,
Failables.
then you fail.
It's a human error. It's a human.
You should get an advisor, someone who doesn't kiss your ass, someone who's not your husband, someone not from the office. Just look around to advise you, who needs to tell you what you need to know, not tell you what you want to hear.
What you hear, yeah.
Yeah. So good. Oh, so good.
So deep.
That would be oh so good. Get you an advisor. If not, call me. I can tell you some shit. Not shit, but
you can't handle that.
but you know. And I understand if you can't handle that. Or can't handle that. But look around, Luis Sequoia. Look in the office. Find out the least kiss-ass person there and ask that person. And then get the most kiss-ass person and ask that person too. Because chances are the least kiss-ass person and the most kiss-ass person are the ones afraid to lose their jobs. But every kiss-ass in the middle, they know how to play the game. Well, just ask somebody. Just ask somebody. And stop going to the governor's office and complaining. You complain too much. Complain that the lieutenant governor butt in and took your fire by having Medicaid and assert your authority to the people of your office. No, he did that because you were not here. You were not here. That's why. So if you are such a good director as you're trying to be, then be here. What trip can't be done on Zoom? Come on. See, man, you need guts for this job. Sandra King was this tiny little lady. I mean, tiny little lady.
Cojones like this.
She's got cojones like this. Huevos.
Oh yeah.
Yup. You know, that's the kind of thing. But Sandra worked her way from Inouye's office in Washington. Sandra came and I always knew Sandra was going to get back. I always knew, because that's the kind of person. I know her personally because she graduated from Sau'Ai. I graduated from Marist. So we're a brother and sister school. Yeah. and we know each other well. We respect each other, how to respect people's opinions. And, a lot of us have become good people that give back, not raiders. No on seabed mining. Tell your governor no. Seabed mining. Tell him no. No seabed mining. Legalize medical marijuana. We can start there. And then no tour boats. Because the fishery expansion is not his work. That was work from the past guys and Lieutenant Governor Ali from back then. He testified a couple times. And people like Archie and people like, people. Like the rest in peace, Sisipa Sara. And they still have a lot of people. Still have a lot of people that are still working to the bones of their hands, getting things done. Luisa, call those people. Call up former Governor, now Senator Tongiola.
Yeah.
He's one of the very few people that you really should talk to. But I don't know if he'll talk to you, so don't be, damn it. These tour boats, this seabed, save the earth, save our home. Share this episode. Have other people find out what's going on by way of this episode and by way of future episodes. She does not know her history. That's right, Yanda. Right, Dandia. Dandia. I think her real name is Dandelion.
Your flower. Your flower, I can smell.
It's all good. So, I just wish everybody well. Help us fight these fights. It's all connected. It's not just one fight. If we can get these things done, then we'll worry about the rest. Because these things, like no seabed mining, marijuana legalization, and no tour boats off the coast of Ofu, Osenga, or Ta'u, we got it. Tell them go to Anu. And walk the pala and sink into the quicksand.
Immerse yourself.
Immerse yourself in our culture. And the last thing I want to say about Flag Day, that was cold, man. That speech, that governor's speech, was cold. Without even me explaining it to you, you go and look at it for yourself. That was cold, cold, cold.
I was surprised he went there like that.
And
I'm disappointed in him.
I know who wrote that speech. And I'm telling you, sir, I now know your intentions. Not the governor, but the guy that you wrote the speech for you. I know who you are. I just don't want to tell anybody because,
I know who it was. It was JetGPT.
So take care of yourselves. Don't forget to spread the word. Tell the governor, if you're here in American Samoa, if he comes visit to Hawaii or California, you see the governor, and I know you're always the governor. Just walk up to him. Hey, Governor, Mr. Governor of American Samoa. You don't have to remember his name. Just say, Mr. Governor of American Samoa, I had just one thing to tell you. No seabed mining. Okay? That's all. All right? Have a great week. We'll probably catch up during the midweek or the end of the week on Friday. So if there's an episode that pops off, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. And if I pop off on a Sunday, it's a really, really special. All right? But I guarantee once a week you'll catch us on the other days too. OK，呀，这货。